Call this BOCES meeting to order. I don't think Pledge of Allegiance on the agenda. So. Well, I think we need to. So, yeah, let's begin with that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Entertain a motion for the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the BOCES working agenda.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is BOCES meeting minutes from 8/17/20.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the minutes from the meeting on August 17th, 2020.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from our last meeting. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Mr. Chairman, your BOCES balance at the end of September was $192,047.35. You can see there the revenue and bills for September, and on the other treasurer's report for the end of August, you will see the revenue and bills from August. You see there your major receipts during September and where your monies are invested at the end of September. All we have are Star and Bank of the West checking. Do you have any questions regarding your treasurer's report? You can expect bigger revenues from the county treasurer for the month of November and December coming in. Those are the bigger months during the year.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, then we have next up on the agenda is bills.
The only question I had was on September. Down on the liability insurance on Allen for $5,700. What is that? What all does that cover? It seems like pretty high for liability insurance.
Last year it was, the total package was around $7,800. It went up almost $1,000 this year, and that includes like our building insurance and teaching and contractors and board insurance. So it has gone up this year, hence the reason I'm shopping around. So the general plan is, and this is one of those BOCES, since we're not really part of the school district, we are housed under a completely different set of insurances, and not everybody carries that. I have now farmed out inquiries to Cheyenne and Wyoming because nobody locally will do that other than Colorado. And so I'm hoping to get something back. But there's one particular company called Zurich, and that's who we have held for many years, that does this kind of insurance. And once we're put in the system, that's the only vote we will have concerns and coverage. So we'll probably end up getting a considerable amount of that back, hopefully, but we'll keep it for 3 months and then turn it over.
Okay. Yeah, it just seems like a lot of liability insurance for what BOCES does.
Okay. Thank you, Mark, for the work you're going to do to lower that.
Thank you.
Yeah, this money we could spend on other things.
Yes. Any other questions on the bills?
Mr. Chairman, let me make sure I have this. I have this here. Okay.
We have two.
Yes, I move that we approve for the September BOCES fund $5,188.98, and for the October BOCES fund $9,174.02.
We have a motion and a second to the two bill approval sheets. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, BOCES director report. Rick.
So I'm getting excited once again because people are getting excited once again. We have, August was busy mainly in the planning stage of things and getting people excited to decide that they wanted to host events or they wanted to participate. So a lot of August was done with fall programs, getting planning for Friday programs that you guys approved for our students. We got all of the kindergarten readiness advertising out. We've had some changes with that this year. Saratoga has chosen to do that at Platte Valley Community Center, and we're doing it in the evening now at 5:45. Similar to how we did it in encampment last year, we are providing childcare and then the class, and then just a small hors d'oeuvre type dinner for everybody to build some community. And we've had pretty decent turnout at both of those that we've held so far, between essentially 8 and 12 folks. And then it did keep building. I mean, last year we had 22 folks, but it could be just an issue of the time or just logistics of the strangeness of the current world. However, tonight will be our first time we kick off the encampment one. We have chosen to do that completely virtually. We're not sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. Hopefully, if all 9 parents that are planning on putting their children in kindergarten next year have signed up and they plan on being there virtually this season, so we'll see how it goes. I will inform you of that later. Furthermore, we got some other community education scheduled as far as cooking class back up and running. We also have senior art classes going on every other Wednesday at the Bottle Bar in town, which is kind of exciting. Right now we've got 5 or 6 people solidly signed up, and I've had some more inquiries. And those inquiries are more about finding somebody who'd be willing to do that actually on the weekend opposed to on the week, which I thought, or during the week, which I thought was kind of interesting. We're doing that class on Wednesdays from 10 to noon. And it's starting out with acrylic and then see what people are interested in, and we'll move forward with that. And then we work on doing the Pro Start contracts. However, since campuses aren't open and lots of campus individuals are working from home, they're not necessarily super involved. So we haven't moved forward with Pro Start. That's still on my list of something to continue to do. But we've got topics for science camp. I'm getting some outside people for Friday science camps. We've got kids from elementary, middle school, and high school signed up for our camps, also with the Bottle Bar, and that's on Fridays when we don't have class. And so that's kind of exciting. And then that pretty much puts August to bed.
So you mentioned a couple times, just for clarification, I don't really know what the Bottle Bar.
It's across from Napa. It's
Used to be the
Art.
theater.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't lived here long enough to remember.
But it's across from Napa. Is it a business?
Yes, it is a business, and Noel Shepherd,
Yeah.
our teacher, her mom have that, and Heidi, her mom, is the one who's contracted to do these classes.
Cool.
She's got a degree in art and taught art for many years, and just they've been wanting to get that facility up and running and more in the public eye, and that's just would be a good way to help that out. And so we went ahead and did that. Then with September, continuation on trying to get Pro Start up and running. That is going to be a goal of mine, but just because of communications, it hasn't been going well. We are super excited. So last week we did pork sausage making classes at PVCC, which was Tuesday and Thursday night. Had a ton of fun. We made German bratwurst, breakfast sausage and Italian sausage. And then starting tomorrow night, we're actually doing wild game. And I haven't quite decided the complete menu yet. We're definitely doing elk bacon and summer sausage, and then we might go ahead and do a caper sausage. Haven't decided on the third option yet, but we've acquisitioned all the wild game, so that takes care of that, so people didn't have to bring in their own carcasses, which was nice. And so that being said, we're hopefully going to put in some more senior programming. There's been some interest within a group of ladies from Indiana and Saratoga mainly to do like a book club, and it might need a sweet release, I'm not quite sure, or just at the library, but we're trying to get that figured out. I've also been in discussion with, I put a blast out to the whole entire district about seeing if anybody would be interested in doing some garden or greenhouse grants, because Annie's that does like organic pasta that you maybe see, or organic fruit snacks, they have a huge garden program, and they cap out at $75,000 per school or per garden. Essentially, you can go as low as $3,500. But people have come to me in the last year about issues with the greenhouses and things being updated and whatnot, and maybe the funds not being there. So Hannah needs their greenhouse updated, and maybe like a few other things involved there. The community garden, which is down from the elementary school, has asked if I might be able to help with that. And so this is an opportunity. We've got staff members who are interested in putting in extra time to create curriculum around these facilities as well. The new ag teacher in Hema is quite a new, I think, has a lot of wonderful ideas. And we were talking about potentials for fundraisers for the ag program up there, whether it be poinsettia growing or potted plants for the springtime, that kind of stuff. But their greenhouse needs fluffed considerably. The greenhouse here in Saratoga needs a little bit of updating, but it's not horrible. And then Mr. Switzer and Mrs. Munson have been very interested in potentially getting a greenhouse for encampment. And that bridges not only ag, but also home ec. And she's got this whole entire scheme about getting the little kids involved too, which is kind of exciting. So we're working on getting those grants put together. And those are due on the 2nd of November. Also, this Wednesday, all of hopefully fingers crossed. I've been working on doing the kindergarten readiness grants, ACT grants for Sinclair, and getting those in. So that will, I've been grant writing essentially last month and teaching sausage classes. But that's okay. So we'll continue doing all of that. Yeah, and that's about where we're at right now. Also, I've been approached by Mr. Jennings. He has been approached by Sinclair for a literacy grant essentially, and asked if I would be into it. It's for early childhood development, 0 to 5 years old. Essentially, parents put in a very simple registration form, and it's actually through a foundation with Dolly Parton, and she sends a book to your kid every month until they're 5. And it gets books in the hands of preschoolers essentially, which is pretty awesome. So that's kind of, I got a meeting with Annette and then tomorrow to further discuss that, because I kind of just got dropped with it and then not completely sure what it's fully about. But hopefully we can move forward with that. But yeah, that's my report.
Thank you very much, Greg. Any questions? You are busy. But thank you. Okay, next is the handbook draft. And I'm assuming we'll have a little bit of opportunity to glance through this. I mean, a lot of pages. I know a lot of it is a lot of legal.
Yes, jargon.
And you're just, does this say?
Exactly, and luckily, Kathy McPherson has gone through it and has been very generous with her time to do this for us. And there's, as Cassie has pointed out, it was originally done in WordPerfect, so there's some strange changes between Word and WordPerfect. The copy that I'm currently working on, but all of the edits and spacing and that kind of stuff has been done for format. Are there any big issues you guys had or questions?
The one question that I had was, you mentioned earlier when we first started this adventure that there was confusion between the teachers and the applications, and all of that is addressed here.
Yes, it's all addressed here, and the one thing that this new policy handbook puts in place is technically the LA college should have been putting out 3 different sets of handbooks. One to the student and parent, and there's actually a release form in there that they sign saying, I do understand that this is a college class, and I do understand that this could potentially affect my future. And the parents also have to understand that they can't call Western Wyoming Community College and ask for their parent or their child's grade, because that's not something you can do when your child goes to college. And so there's that manual. There's also a manual specifically for counselors, and that's something we've never had before, and that's mandated by the state. And so that's a college advisor handbook. And so all of our counselors will get that as something that they should abide by. And that hopefully answers all their questions. If they have further questions, they can go to our handbook. And then if they have further questions after that, hopefully they contact me and I can answer those questions or push them in the right direction. The manual of procedures is pretty basic, and that's mainly for dual and concurrent enrollment, and that is put forth by state legislation. So there's nothing there. Those 3 handbooks we cannot do anything with. However, the BOCES policies and procedures, we can tweak that where we would like to, and that's mainly stuff based on due dates for us, employment, getting contractors, that type of thing. But all of that has been legalized.
Okay.
So what's the time frame like on the handbook as far as when we need to have a final adoption or goal or?
I mean, ideally, what would be awesome, right, we don't have a meeting next month, right? Or do we?
No, it's December.
Okay, so I would like to have the final approved in December so that we can get it out to everybody. I mean, we could potentially approve it beforehand if need be, but that would be my drop dead date, ideally, would be our meeting in December.
Okay, does this have to be 2 readings? Or can we do this just in one?
I'm not sure that's a real question.
I don't believe it has to be, it's not like
It's
school
because,
district policy, this is our policy, and he's gone, because they did change the policy numbers in there and updated it, so I will email him and ask.
He should be here.
You can approve it on first reading tonight, and then if you have any changes, change it and approve it on second. Can you do it that way?
it only takes 2 readings. Doesn't take 3.
If you want first reading tonight, at least that you can do it. Okay?
Yeah. Well, I believe there's only 2, but I might be wrong.
I don't have a question on that, sorry. I'm not sure if I could find a policy or, I don't know.
It's a good start, I think, if we work on first reading. Then we'll go through it. If there's any changes, we still have time to change them. Okay, let's see if.
I'll get in contact with her.
It's 13 talks about this. Adoption policy.
What's that, page 3?
It's on page 13 about policy and adoption policy. You can look at the thing about tomorrow.
Remember there being changes here in this room.
Okay,
This is what it says. This is for 4 policies, according to this thing that we're proposing. First reading, the proposal shall be presented as an information and action item. Second reading, the proposal shall be presented for second reading, discussion, and final adoption. So that's what it says in here, which is the thing we're about to approve. But it does say that the policies, which, yeah, in the first reading, it's presented as information and an action item, which was kind of what it is. And then the second reading is discussion. And final adoption.
okay, so only 2 readings are necessary.
Yeah. If you approve this.
On the first reading. if we,
Yeah, so Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the first reading of the updated Carbon County BOCES policies and procedures. That's pretty.
Second.
can we have a motion and a second to approve this on the first reading? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Okay, so the second reading will be in our next meeting in December.
Will we get our copy of this?
You can have the updated version of the PDF or the Word document, whichever you guys would prefer, or we can do a hard copy on that second reading. What would you prefer?
Have you made changes since like that was sent out? Because I feel like
I'm working on a different version because it's
Is
the
it
Word version.
And it's just formatting.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
No,
mainly
the
formatted.
words are different.
No, the words are not different.
So I would probably be good without a printed copy, but I'd say like for that, it would have been nice to have one, so you guys haven't been through it.
I would just send you, email me a PDF. And then I can print it if I want to.
Well, the one that we have here, though.
But it's different, it's formatted.
Yeah, it's, yeah, and it reads easier because of the formatting, and there's some weird jumbly, like you'll notice that sometimes there's question marks in the middle of the word, and there's number because it doesn't converge well with Word or
Okay.
Word Perfect. Yep, Kathy does, she only.
I didn't even know that was still a
I
thing.
didn't
know you can only use Word Perfect.
And then she hires a woman to do all of her formatting in another form,
Wow.
Well,
and it doesn't convert well.
And I think it just depends on how you want to review it. Like, I like to say if I'm marking something out, I like to have it in front of me, and I like to be able to write on it, which is why I copied it off.
That's me.
So if you like that, then you should.
Well, then I will just get everybody paper copies,
Okay, thank you.
and I will try to have those out by November 1st, you guys, because you guys have another.
you know, like mail them to us or something?
You guys could have another meeting here for the normal
Yeah,
school board, can't you guys come up at that juncture or not?
yeah.
Or I can mail them to you, I
Well, I'm
can
just
even
trying
hand
to,
deliver.
no, we're just not used to dealing with paper stuff, so that's why I'm wondering, how's this delivery process?
If.
My only opinion, so if we're gonna follow that,
Okay, if you email a PDF, then I can print it two-sided in my house. Just have it.
Okay, well, if you want to print it or that PDF, I'll get everybody else paper version.
At the next meeting.
Okay, future.
Okay. Thank you, Beck.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have no new business considered at this time. Audience,
Anybody online have a question?
You can see, how many people are watching. Says 0.
Okay, great.
Jim's the winner.
George was all done for like 2 minutes.
you know what? I'm gonna take this personal.
Was George here? Was George here?
Is George Anderson?
I didn't invite anyone to the Zoom.
Well, Brecht did.
Oh. I wasn't there. I can't tell.
And then it said he was online.
Okay. Now, I know this is bringing up something kind of off the wall, but prior to the virus catastrophe and everything happening, we did have an evaluation of the director that I will see if I can dig up where those are in my office at home. And maybe we could have it on the agenda for December.
Okay.
Because we will all still be on the board, so it's not as though there's going to be any change or anything.
Because correctly, we had all done our evaluations and then we had given them to you and we're still in the process of compiling them.
Then you gave me a paper copy, so I've got a paper assume was.
Oh, I did send you a
Yeah.
paper copy? Yes, that
You
is,
picked it up.
yes.
Okay.
So you have, we'll take care of that all in December.
Do we need an executive session then for December? Is that what we're saying, or we just need to approve the evaluation?
What
Or what would you, how,
do you guys think?
this is, I think, is my first year I've been on this board. What do you typically do? Would you discuss it in executive?
Well,
session?
anytime we're discussing personnel, we should.
Yeah, I
do an
think so.
executive
Just
session.
put it on there.
Okay, we'll add an executive session for December.
Okay, anything else? Well, there's no further business. I adjourn this meeting.